One, 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make it out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Love me, baby. I'ma make you love me, baby. Get crazy, ain't gon' get you. And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is to play with these cats. For these cats. I'm away cause I'm too smart for these cats while they making up facts. I'm making up facts.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit it. He don't like me, him and wild hands with it. You know the rest. No shady, been on the low lately. The feds hate me. It's in the you hesitate me. I'm in your mama crib waiting. Block taping. Your fam, destiny lays in my hands. Francis, into the disease phenomenal. Body abdominal. Got a few bars so I can buy a few cars. And I kick a few flows. Excellence is my presence. Never tense, never hesitant.
Hey, what's going on, people? You guys are here with Tay, and I'm Knowledge. You know me as Knowledge. And we're here doing the official HoopSmack review for NBA 2K13. We're huge fans of 2K. I've been waiting all year for it, year in and year out. You know, I always make sure I pre-order and I always make sure I get it the first day it comes out. So we're gonna just quickly touch bases on 2K13. I just played Tay for the official first game, and you guys are gonna see clips of that. Of course, I won, so but he's gonna get his rematch though. He's gonna get another whooping. So quickly, we're gonna touch on gameplay first. Presentation first. All right, so we're gonna
talk about the features, then talk about a little bit about the gameplay and some pros and cons that we both seen, and add a preference too. So first we'll be talking about the presentation in the game. You can see the game going in the background. You'll see clips of it that we recorded. We tried to record a lot of the presentation that makes sense. The intro itself, produced by Jay-Z. Jay-Z's all over this entire game, everywhere. He's in the gameplay. He's in everything. The intro that you'll see is produced by Jay-Z. Going into the game, it's pretty simple, pretty similar as last year. You could tell they put the emphasis on the My Career or My Player mode because as soon as you boot up the game, that's what you gotta create for whatever reason. Going into the game itself, most of the presentations going into a regular game are pretty dope. I think the one that I like the most is the song Brooklyn. Can't remember the dude's name. But when you go to the Brooklyn Nets Stadium, you should more than likely see it. But there's music videos mixed in. So the presentation is pretty well put together. It's the best I've seen from 2K. The only thing I think lacked in the presentation that's different is the halftime show, which is pretty much a standard clips and stats and goes back to the game. So the emphasis of the presentation is really around the game. Is not around the game itself. It's more about the music and how it's presented in the game.
So Dante touched on it. I love the presentation. We heard Jay was going to executive produce the whole thing, and to me, I was kind of iffy about the whole situation. But after I've actually seen the game and seen the introductions, you can tell Jay-Z definitely left his imprint on it in a positive manner. For instance, when the game begins, it's pretty traditional with 2011 or 2012. 2012 is pretty similar as far as introduction. From the standpoint of it's the same. They show up 5 players, 5 starters, and home and away, and you see them warming up pretty briefly, and then they introduce them. They shake hands. If they have a pregame routine, they perform it. But right after that, it's just tip off and the game gets started. But the biggest thing, the biggest twist to it that I think that Jay-Z brought into the game was you actually get clips of the original video. So if a song is playing from the soundtrack, which I feel is the best soundtrack I've ever heard in any game, but I'm biased because I'm a hip hop head. But anyway. For instance, Puffy and Busta Rhymes have a song called Victory in 1997. It actually shows clips kind of intertwined with the clips of it's clips of the video, the original video with Puffy and Busta Rhymes, mixed with the upcoming game, let's say Lakers versus Clippers. So it's kind of mixed, and it's a nice little twist they added to it. I love the feature. There's a bunch of different songs, Big Daddy Kane, Nas, and it's just, if you're a hip hop head, there's no way you wouldn't go for that.
Coldplay and
right.
throw it in there too.
Right, there's a good mix
twist on there. So
right. So I love the presentation. Not really big on the halftime routine. It's pretty standard, same as it's been the last 3-4 years. Kind of wish they would do something and kind of maybe incorporate just more analyst or analytical content. But it's pretty standard as compared to years past. The end of the game, last couple years, once the game is over, you can actually go to each player and click on them to see what they've done and get actual video, highlights, video content of what they've done throughout the game.
Yeah.
That's absent in this game, and that's something I really didn't like. So, I mean, it is what it is. Overall, the presentation is better, but there's definitely things I wish were still in the game.
So some of the features that you'll see, like I said, there's an emphasis on the My Player mode, it seems to be this year, which has changed, or if you want to call it an improvement from last year. It's a lot harder. I'll start there, I guess. My Player, it's a lot harder to build up your character, which can be a good or a bad thing. It does make it more realistic, maybe bad for those who enjoy that part of the game. But as soon as you turn the game on, the first thing you do is create your own player. And it's the same player you use in the My Player mode. So it's kind of bad for those who want to just get the game started, which, when I first turned on the game to do, it took more time than I wanted to. But I guess it's a nice little feature if you want to integrate it. There's a lot of online integration this year, as long with your My Player mode and things like that. The thing that they took out, which of course for those who pre-ordered NBA 2K13, and from my knowledge, I believe that it's going to be released later on, like a downloadable content you may have to pay for, you may not. It would be the smart thing to do, 2K, but we'll see what happens. And when you get the pre-order, it's a code that you get. You can download all the features, dunk contest, skills contest, three-point contest, on and on and on. A lot of the things that they added in this year really are from the visual standpoint, but a lot of the features that they integrated in really have to do with the My Player mode. So if you're not a fan of it, you're probably going to be disappointed because it's everywhere in the game, and that's the biggest features that you'll pay attention to. They have blacktop mode, which is the 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4 crap that pretty much nobody ever plays. So if you enjoy that, good luck. They do have added, of course, as you can see behind us, the USA Team 2012. And also the Dream Team. So you have a lot more of the older teams, 96 Sonics, Bulls, Sacramento Kings, 2001 Iverson 76ers. So a lot more of the older teams added in, which is a nice feature. Another feature that is really, again, tailored towards the My Player is the customizable shoes. A lot more shoes than before, but also ability to customize them. But again, it really applies to the My Player mode. So, my perspective, that's the features that you'll see coming in this year.
So he spoke to most of the features. So I'm just gonna quickly piggyback off of that. I love the features. There's some things that I kind of wish were included. For instance, I think the only new team they added was besides the 92 Dream Team, was the 2001 76ers. I'm still waiting for the 93-94 Suns, which included Thunder Dan, Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, and the whole crew. That's one of my favorite teams of all time, so I kind of wish they were included. And there's other teams that you wish were in there, but aren't for some reason. But I still think overall it's a pretty good foundation of old teams, that they actually included. Another feature to me is they have a new control system. I understand where they were going because they're trying to incorporate more options that you can do if you actually know what you're doing. But to me, I found it to be a little more unnecessary and a bit complex. I think you have to play the game kind of a good amount of times just to get used to it. And it's just not, to me, it's not as user-friendly as it was in the past. Anyone who just wants to learn how to play the game, it's going to struggle from the onset. And I think that's the wrong approach. Everyone should be just able to grab, the controller, maybe play for a day, and just be able to play. But I felt this one was just a bit tougher, even for a gamer like me who plays 2K religiously year in and year out. still took me some time to get used to it. So I mean, I would say as far as features go, those are the biggest things.
Yeah, it's really a simulation game, and we'll get more into it when we talk about gameplay, but it's really a simulation game. It's not for those who want to pick up and play. It's for those who know basketball or know 2K and want the realism that comes with it. So
the graphics are incredible too. Incredible. Best I've seen ever. Yeah.
So talking about gameplay, he touched on it. The control system is not totally different, but there's a lot of tweaks to it. The shot stick is now integrated in the control stick on your right stick on the PlayStation and the Xbox 360. The thing about it is, it's in order for it to become a shot stick from a control stick, you have to modify it using L2, which I use PlayStation 3, which is one of the back buttons. It does make it more complex. It definitely makes it a little bit more deeper of a control system. I've used it. I like it when I'm doing my player mode. I don't like it when I'm playing other people or I'm playing a computer in a regular team season. It's just too time consuming to try to get moves off, to try to do things. It's a little bit more complex. I do like the controls they added to the crossovers, to the Euro step, all those type of things that they integrated, not just in the stick but in the buttons. So I would recommend going through the tutorial, taking the time to go through the tutorial that shows you how to do each of these individual moves, even if you do it once, just so you can have it in your memory bank of how to do them. It does make the game more, it does make it more realistic, but it also makes you better as a player if you do that when you're using individual players. What I do not like that they did change is the playbook. You used to be able to go in depth in the playbook. Really, you can only call the first five face buttons or 4 face buttons and some of the back buttons as play calls. So it's very limited on that end. I don't know what the thing it was going into it, but if you want depth in your play calling, it's really not there. The gameplay itself also, and it's very good. Collision detection is better than it has been. One-on-one defense is great. Post offense is a lot smoother, not as robotic as last year. And also, I think that one of the things that those who or David Stern would probably hate about the game is that you can do flops, and they work.
Sorry, David. So yeah, I mean, he touched on it. Gameplay is incredible. The spacing, the floor spacing it's realistic.
Yep.
People don't get tied together, they don't bump into each other. It's just you have more room to actually to operate. I also like the post. To me, the post moves have been refined. It's a lot simpler, and I also like the collision part of it. More and ones, more realistic body motions. If you bump into someone, you fall that certain way. And also, after they score a basket, for instance, an and one, they're more demonstrative. They actually show emotion, and it's continued emotion. It's not just one quick thing. They might pump their fists all the way to they get to the free throw line. So I definitely love the gameplay. It's the smoothest that I've seen ever since I've been playing 2K or even any basketball game in that sense. So I think they definitely added a lot of good features.
And the ability. The one thing too that been pointed out earlier was that if Chris Paul's being guarded by Dwight, he's going to be able to blow by him. So they have the detection to be able to see that a mismatches, take advantage of mismatches is there, which makes the game much more realistic than last year, where Chris Humphries is running down Chris Paul for behind the back block. Seriously. Right. So it's very realistic in that aspect. It's as realistic as ever been. And for those who want a full basketball experience, NBA 2K13 is the only choice, but it's the best choice you could have.
So we're going to wrap up with pros and cons really quick. I'm just going to say my bit, and Tae's going to finish off. Pros and cons. My pros are definitely the gameplay, the graphics, just an overall smoother game. I like the features they incorporated, like the fact that they added 92 Dream Team, like the presentation, like the hip-hop aspect of it. And overall, I just think it's a better game. And I mean, if you're a basketball head and you're also a gamer, I don't see any other choice, that even comes close to NBA 2K13. Some of the cons, like I already said, I wish they would have included some of the older teams, but that's just, me being biased. I wish they would have kind of toned down on the control system, just made it a little more simpler, because to me it's a little more complex than it should be. And I think that might be it as far as cons. I mean, I don't have really too much to say about it, besides, I'm waiting to beat this guy again, so Let's go.
So, I would say definitely as far as pros, the gameplay is great, the presentation is great, except if they would take out Too Short's blow whistle. Who decided that? Jay-Z decided that. He's tripping.
He owed him a favor.
Evidently. So, take that out. But as far as the presentation is great, the music is great, you know, as far as the vibe and feel of the gameplay is great. I think that all of the things that have been mentioned, at the most, what I like the most is definitely the gameplay, and how realistic it is for the longest. The passes across court that don't make sense, the defense the catch-up defense from the computer that is ridiculous. All those things have been tweaked very much. I do like the simplistic in the post, and I'm not too bothered by the new control sticker, however you want to call it. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. I probably won't use it most of the time, but I do like the ability to change it if I want to. As far as cons, Too Short's blow whistle. If I could say that again, why? I don't get it. The song is stupid. It's stupid, man. I'm serious. And the fact that I got my first ever loss after smacking tape 3 in a row, but that's okay. They call me the king for a reason, and we will post some more videos of cats getting dealt with in 2K13. If I was to give it a rating, and Ben, you can give your rating, I would say definitely a 9.5. If it wasn't for Too Short's blow whistle, I promise you, in the Phoenix Suns 93-94 team, it'd be perfect game. But
I'll go 9.7. It's pretty close. It's hard to get perfect, so I think they've definitely done, you know, what they intended to do by making the best possible game out there. And I think the other game, I'm not even gonna mention his name. They need to figure it out.
it rhymes with defeat.
Right. So
Or that's what it used to be called.
That's what it used to be. Yeah.
It rhymes with hive.
Right. So yeah, that's it from HoopSmack. We got a lot of stuff coming up as the season is on its way. Check out our previews coming up.
Yeah.
And check out the new project coming out, Mozart EP, dropping end of the month. I'll let your boy.
Holla, HoopSmack.com. Peace.
Good.